Have you ever wondered why your stomach just doesn't look the way it used to, no matter how hard you try? You exercise, you eat healthy, and yet that one area around your midsection just stays different. Many people think it's because they lack discipline, but that's usually not the real reason. The true cause is something that most people go their entire lives without ever realizing. And that could very well be the case for you too today. I'll show you what's really behind it, simply, clearly, and without complicated medical jargon. Many people make one crucial mistake here that actually makes everything worse. But don't worry, there's a solution that's surprisingly simple, and you can even do it at home without any equipment. Stay with me, because by the end you'll understand exactly what's happening inside your body and what you can start doing differently today. This is especially important for people over 50 when the body begins to change gradually. Let's start from the beginning. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, and there it is again, that little bulge in the middle of your stomach that just won't go away no matter how much you exercise. You do workouts, maybe even every day, and yet it doesn't get any better. Sometimes it even gets worse. Why is that? The answer has to do with something many people have never even heard of, a separation of the rectus abdominal muscles, also known as diastasis recti. It sounds complicated, but it's actually quite simple to understand. Running down the middle of your abdomen is a strip of connective tissue that holds the two halves of your abdominal muscles together, almost like a zipper connecting the left and right sides. When this strip stretches and weakens, that zipper begins to open. And that's exactly what causes your belly to bulge outward, no matter how much you exercise. By the way, this doesn't only affect women after pregnancy, as many people believe. Men and women who have never been pregnant can also develop it because of significant weight gain, heavy lifting, frequent straining, or simply because connective tissue naturally changes over the years. Many people in their 50s or 60s notice it for the first time without understanding why. Now here's the part that surprises most people. The classic abdominal exercises you've seen on TV or in old fitness magazines, sit-ups, crunches, and intensive workouts, often make the problem even worse. Yes, you heard that correctly. These exercises increase pressure right where the tissue is already weakened. Instead of flattening your stomach, they can actually pull that zipper farther apart. That explains why so many people work out for years and still wonder why their stomach never gets flatter. It's not because they lack willpower. It's because they're doing the wrong exercises designed for a completely different physical condition. So how can you tell if this applies to you? There's a very simple test you can do at home without any special equipment. Lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. Place your fingertips just above your belly button along the center of your abdomen. Now gently lift your head and shoulders, as if you're doing a very small crunch. Do you feel a dip or a gap opening beneath your fingers? If so, you now know what may be causing the problem. Many people try this test for the first time and are surprised by how obvious it feels. And for many, that's the moment they begin to understand their body in a completely new way, an understanding they may have been missing for years. Now that you know the cause, the most important question is, what can you actually do about it? Here's something that surprises many people. The answer isn't to train even harder. It's about working with your body in a completely different, gentler way, from the inside out rather than from the outside in. The key lies in a deep core muscle that most people don't even know exists. It wraps around your entire midsection like a wide belt, almost like a natural corset. This muscle supports your spine, holds your internal organs in place, and most importantly, it helps pull that zipper in the middle of your abdomen back together when it's activated properly. The problem is that most people have never consciously used this muscle throughout their lives. It's been quietly sitting in the background, so how do you wake it up? It's actually very simple, and you don't even have to stand up, sit up straight, or lie down with your knees bent. Take a slow breath in through your nose, allowing your belly to gently expand outward. Then, as you exhale slowly through slightly parted lips, imagine gently drawing your belly button toward your spine. Don't suck your stomach in or strain. Instead, pull it inward very gently, as if you were carefully zipping up a tight zipper. It almost sounds too simple to be true, doesn't it? But that's exactly the point. Many people believe that effective exercises have to be exhausting. They have to make you sweat. They have to hurt. But when it comes to this particular issue, the opposite is true. Gentleness and awareness are often more effective than force. If you repeat this breathing and muscle activation exercise 5 to 10 times a day, every day, you may begin to notice a difference after just a few weeks. Not a dramatic change overnight, but a noticeable one. Your abdomen may feel firmer. Your back may feel better supported. And that constant feeling of being collapsed or unsupported may gradually begin to fade. Here's another detail that many people completely overlook. Your everyday posture plays a huge role. How often do you slump on a couch in the evening with your shoulders rounded forward and your belly pushed outward? In those moments, the weakened area in the middle of your abdomen is placed under extra strain without you even realizing it. Even small changes, sitting up straighter while drinking your evening tea, gently pulling your shoulders back while waiting for the bus or standing in line at the doctor's office, can noticeably reduce the stress on that area. There's one more important point. When getting up from bed or the couch, most people instinctively do something that puts even more pressure on the center of the abdomen. They sit straight up from lying on their back with a quick, forceful motion. Instead, it's much gentler to first roll onto your side, push yourself up with your arm, and then stand up from the side. This reduces strain on exactly the sensitive area you're trying to strengthen. You might be thinking, these sound like such small things. And that's true. But it's these small habits, repeated every day, that add up to something significant over time. Best of all, you don't need a gym membership, expensive equipment, or special gadgets. All you need is your own body and a few minutes each day. Now let's move on to the part that really makes the difference. Breathing and good posture alone are often not enough. There's one particular movement that brings everything together: your breathing, deep core muscle activation, and midsection stability in one gentle exercise. Many people consider it one of the most effective exercises for this problem. And for good reason. Lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet hip-width apart on the floor. If it's more comfortable, place a small pillow or a rolled-up towel under your head. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, gently engage your core the way we discussed earlier by drawing your belly button slightly toward your spine. While maintaining that gentle engagement, slowly lift your pelvis a few inches off the floor by pressing your heels into the ground. Don't lift too high, and don't jerk the movement. Just a slow, controlled lift while keeping your core stable. Hold this position for 3 to 5 breaths. Then slowly lower your pelvis back down, one vertebra at a time, as though you were gently laying a string of pearls onto the floor. That's the key difference between this and traditional abdominal exercises. There's no forceful straining or jerking. Instead, the movement is controlled, steady, and mindful. That control helps support the connective tissue along the midline of the abdomen over time, without placing unnecessary pressure on it. Repeat this movement 5 to 8 times, ideally in the morning after waking up or in the evening before going to bed. Some people even do it while still in bed before they start their day. It takes less than 5 minutes. But those 5 minutes, repeated every day, can gradually change something that may have seemed unchanged for years. What surprises many people isn't just the change they notice in their abdomen. It's the feeling of inner stability that begins to return. Getting out of a chair feels easier. Climbing stairs feels more secure. Even carrying grocery bags or bending down to pick something up feels steadier, with less of that uneasy pulling sensation in the lower back. And that's the point so many people miss. This isn't just about how your stomach looks. It's about your body's overall stability, the way you move, the way you feel, and the confidence you have in your own body day after day. If you practice this exercise with patience and consistency, you'll discover something important. The body doesn't change overnight, but it does change steadily. And regaining a sense of control over your core goes far beyond appearance. It restores confidence in your body, a confidence that many people gradually lose over the years, but one that can be rebuilt simply at home with just a few mindful minutes each day. Stick with it. Your body will thank you.